Hey, I'm Rob at ThaRogue on Twitch and socials and JTR Digital on YouTube with the third and final video of me playing as North Ferriby in the Championship in Football Manager 2024. And as you can see, since I took over the team in 2024, I had basically a promotion or relegation battle every season until the two seasons I decided to record for YouTube, where I missed out on the playoffs by a point in the first season, where it was never really on the cards. That was a late run, and by the time the final game was coming round, I needed all these three to lose and me to win by a lot in order to get a playoff place. So I was never really on the cards to get in the playoffs there. And then the next season, although I finished a place higher, I was actually 7 points behind the playoffs, so things didn't go quite as well. And where we ended it in the last video was I had to do a massive squad overhaul. So you can see here I've sold a lot of players for a few million and a few 100,000, and that continued this season, selling a few more first team players or former first team players just to get the quality of my overall squad up. And have I done that? Well, let's take a look at the team. So this would be my starting 11 if everyone is fit. So Sustak, Walker, Jordan, Jeffrey, Miles, Jackson, Ahmed, Shaw, Stono and Aloisio were all in my team last year, so I am going in with the same 10. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any players better than what I already had. They either needed too much wages, or they were going to cost millions and I couldn't afford to buy them. As we've seen before, I am the lowest spending team in the league by a long way. Norwich are spending 3 million a week on wages. I'm spending less than 100,000. The only player I have got is Forshaw, who I've got in as a goalkeeper. I've hopefully found the goalkeeper finally. Does have a habit of getting injured, although there isn't that many major injuries in the last few weeks, apart from obviously these two here with the 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah, but if you look at his stats and compare him to the goalkeeper that I had last year in Weybourne, you can see he's better overall. So hopefully that's going to stop some of these games where I'm conceding 5 shots and conceding 4 goals. But we are going into the season with Aloisio injured. Parsons is also injured, but I've also only got 19 players in the squad because I haven't managed to get a full team of players, a full squad of players in ready for the season starting. So the change I'm going to have to make is Shaw's going to have to play up front, and I'm going to have to swap Aloisio for Kinsella. Kinsella is a new person in. He's not great, to be honest. If we compare him with Shaw, so Shaw is better overall. It's going to be another tough season, I think. He's another player I brought in from the Irish leagues as well, where he hasn't been playing very well, but he was just better than what I could get and what I could afford. It's working within my budget. So with that in mind, this is the team going into the first game of the season. I am a bit light. I do have Alhamdi here coming in, hopefully, for 120,000 as a second choice defensive midfielder, a ball winning midfielder. But you could also play deep line playmaker for some support in that position of the field. So just waiting on a work permit for him, and hopefully that will go through and be okay. And he's only 19 as well. So another positive is I am not bottom of the table of predictions for the season. So this is the highest I've ever been on this table, second bottom. First game of the season is Middlesbrough, who's predicted to finish 10th. So that's going to be a tough game. And the media prediction also has me as 23rd as well, so we'll see how the season goes. Okay, let's play that game against Middlesbrough. I've just had a last minute change of mind. I've moved Shaw back into his advanced playmaker, and I've brought Parsons in. He's got a bit of a knock, so he can only play 75 minutes, but that should be long enough to hopefully get the job done. Okay, 10 minutes in, Forshaw has conceded his first shot on target and saved it, so that's doing better than Goddard and Weybourne combined. According to Middlesbrough, nothing come of it. But it's good to see keeper get his first save in the North Ferriby colours. 20 minutes, we're starting to see less and less possession. It's going down to like 40% now, so I've just lowered the tempo, lowered the passing, just to try and hold the ball a bit more. We've not been giving it away, but we've just not really had it, so we'll see how it goes as they come down the right hand side with somebody's name I'm not going to pronounce. Cross it in, Walker gets it away, it's back to that player. To Davis on the edge of the box, Greenridge, load of space, hits the crossbar. Wow, okay. Yeah, we're down to 36% possession now. But we've had the more shots on target. We've got the higher XG. We've had more corners, fewer fouls. There's lots of positives to take. As we win the ball high up, brings it out to Miles, who's going to run into unfamiliar territory for Miles. Walker is dilly-dallying with it at the back, which I'm not a fan of. Miles to Jordan. I'm just going to keep possession. This is nice. Don't mind us having the ball. Ahmed through to Stonnell. He's going to shoot. Probably should have looked for a pass there rather than the shot, but it's another corner. Is that the fourth of the game? Parsons in swing with the right foot again. Lucky for Jordan. He's going to lose out to Stewart. Stonnell breaks into the box. It seems to be a bit ball greedy maybe, but bad pass from Miles gives it away, and that's the end of the highlight. But yeah, I mean, we're not having possession. We very rarely do have a possession in this league, but we're back up to 40%. It's getting higher. We're on top a little bit. Just going to shout encouragement as we almost lose the ball. Edge of box. Ahmed to Shaw. Shaw's going to chest it through and score. Is he onside? He is onside. I'm still going to shout encouragement. But yeah, so we are 1-0 up. Sustak to Jackson. Into Ahmed. Dinks it over the top for Shaw. Chests it down. And then just smashes it past the keeper. Perfect. What a start to the season. I missed this goal because I wasn't even commenting on it. So Jordan at the back out to Jeffrey. He's looking up, he's looking through the middle, and he's going to see Parsons running through. Parsons is going to hit it into the keeper, and the keeper's going to deflect it into the goal. So Parsons, let's say he's only 20, he's carrying a knock, he can't play all of the game. He puts us 2-0 up after 40 minutes. So very positive start to the season. It's on the stroke of half time. Middlesbrough have a corner, Forshaw with another good save, 2 shots on target, no goals conceded. It's a stat I'm going to look at until I'm either happy or unhappy with him. I'm happy with him at the moment. As Hackney brings it back out to Davis. Looking at the clock, there's only a minute and a half left. I'd like to go in 2-0 up. Don't want to concede a goal this late. Big cross to the back post. If we can go 3-0 up, that'd be even better. Jackson with the ball up to Parsons, who can run. He's also got a cross in him as well. We'll play it back to Jeffrey, into Miles. Oh, Miles with a shot, good shot from the edge of the box, but just misses. And hopefully that will wrap up the half, and we can go in 2-0 up against a team who's predicted to finish way higher than us in the league. So all positive so far. We've got possession back up to 45% with the change in tactics. All looking good. At the hour mark, it is still 2-0. I'm going to shout a bit more encouragement to the players. Some of them didn't like that. I've messed up there, but looking good. Everybody's looking happy and everybody's looking healthy. They were happy until I decided to shout. My budgie's very excited about it. As they come into the box, into the edge of the area, it's blocked by Miles. Miles is going to break, and that's the end of the highlight. I'm just going to look to make a couple of changes. So Stonnell isn't playing very well up front, so I'm going to bring him back play Shaw up front and swap Stonnell for Kinsella, which was the change I was going to make before the game. I'm glad I stuck with it because Parsons ended up coming in and scoring. I'm going to swap Sustak for Woodgate. Woodgate is a new signing at left back. He's fine if you compare him with Sustak. There you can see Sustak is better overall. Woodgate's that little bit quicker. I do, as I mentioned before in the videos, I do like my fullbacks to have height because I do concede a lot of back post crosses. So having height in my fullbacks is good. Which is why I played Jeffrey there. I'm going to take Jeffrey out for who is my backup right back? It's Muster. He's aggressive. So I brought him in to be the starting. I thought he was going to be the starting fullback, but I think Jeffrey is just that bit better. Especially again with the height, he's a bit quicker. He's got the height. He played well from it right back last year, so I'm kind of trusting him with it. I'm going to bring Mustel in just because Jeffrey's looking a little bit tired. Do I need to change any more? I think Miles with the yellow card and not playing very well. Maybe somebody I can swap there for Gomez. Gomez is another new signing. He can play. He's a ball-win midfielder. I'm not sure whether I should play him or Jackson at ball-winning midfielder and then play the other one at... I'm trying to find Jackson. Where's Jackson gone? There he is. So yeah, with Jackson being that bit more physical, I am going and a bit better at defending. I'm going to play him at ball in midfield. I'm going to put Gomez in at deep line playmaker, and then we'll just stay for now. I don't need to make too many changes. There's only 20 minutes left. We're still 2-0 up. They've only had 2 shots on target. Clean sheet so far for Forshaw, although I'm sure I've just cursed it. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, everything looking good. Also, bringing on Mustel, Woodgate, Gomez and Kinsella and giving them their debuts. It's nice day out for them, isn't it? As we give away a corner. Greenwood on the corner. Going to go near post. Going to be away by Woodgate. Back post, again, shot on target, saved by Forsyth. That's 3 saves. That is unknown in my world of goalkeepers in this game. 4 saves, look at that. What a keeper. I feel very confident in him now. They've had 12 shots, 4 on target. All 4 have been saves as well. I mean, that last one was straight at him, but the other 3 were actually pretty good saves. It gives me confidence going into the new season, knowing that I've got people at the back who are going to do the job. And even though I've got the same 10 up front pretty much, wow. Can't do anything about that when your centre-back smashes one in from 20 yards, can you? It's 2-1 now. Not quite so confident as I was. But hey-ho, let's see if there's anything I can do to change things. Jackson's looking tired. I don't have anyone to bring on for him, unfortunately. So he's going to have to stay on. Shaw's looking tired, but again, don't have a striker on the bench. I've got Aloisio, but unfortunately, he is injured. What can I do? Kinsella's come on, not playing very well. I'm just going to have to stick with what I've got. Maybe just slow things down a little bit more, try and keep the ball a bit better. Let's work it into the box. Let's roll it out to the centre backs. Yeah, let's roll it out. Yeah, roll it out to the back line. Just try and keep possession for the last 10 minutes. We'll keep the standard line. We'll probably trigger the press slightly less. No, slightly more. Slightly less often. We'll stay, and then we'll keep the rest as it is, and hopefully we'll just see the game out without conceding that second goal, because we were looking very comfortable until that point. And it's quite a good goal. I don't mind conceding that kind of goal. There's only 2 minutes of normal time left, so hopefully that should be enough. I do want to offer in some encouragement. Last time I did that, I made people angry. We lose the ball straight from the kickoff, and it's the player I can't pronounce down to Parry. Oh, what happened there? Oh, he's offside. I wonder why he just got straight through my goalkeeper. I was like, I've just been praising him all game, and then suddenly it just goes straight through him. So Kinsella with a free kick. Was looking good going into the top corner. I'm going to praise the team. Dangerous thing to do, but there's only 1 minute left. I'm going to ignore that sub. I'm not bringing on an injured striker. Kinsella's there, who's going to waste as much time as possible on the corner. There's going to be his left foot in swinging in. Sirkin got 15 assists last year with his left foot. Nothing's going to happen this time, so they're going to work it out well. Parry's got loads of space in the middle of the pitch. Why is that? That's something to look at in the tactics screen after the game. But good block there. Who blocked that? Well done, you. Can't see. I can't click on you. Missed him. Don't know who that was, but well done. Greenwood with the corner. Out to the player I can't pronounce. To McGrath, to Stewart, to Hackney. And that's it. 2-1. A win, the first game of the season against a decent team. Last year we won the first game of the season, but it was against a team that ended up finished bottom of the league, so it didn't really mean that much. But this, Ahmed getting the man of the match. Yeah. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. Brilliant. Okay, onwards and upwards. I'll be back when there's more to say. Okay, we are back. The transfer window is closed. Business has been done. I'm still a player short, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. First off, the 2 new signings. Didn't get rid of anyone because I couldn't. The squad was already light enough as it was. First one was Ala Hamdi, who was waiting for a work permit. That's come through. He's doing a job for a 19-year-old and as a deep line playmaker, backup deep line playmakers is fine. And then Alex Jacklin I've got in as a 4th choice striker. I needed depth up front, and I couldn't afford a good striker. I couldn't afford the ones I wanted. They either wanted 5 million or they wanted 20,000-30,000 in wages, so I couldn't afford any of them. I couldn't afford this guy either, and then for some reason, which I hope is for a good reason, Hull let him go. He was already on my shortlist. Hull let him go, so I got a notification. I snapped him up in the transfer window on that last day with about 4 hours left to come in as a 4th choice striker, so hopefully that all works well. So the only place I'm missing now is sort of depth at right back, and I'm waiting on a work permit for George Rios. Not great, and definitely not very good in the air, which is a problem. which is something I've mentioned quite a few times, those back post headers that I keep missing. But he's going to be my third choice right back, so he's only going to be used on an emergency, and he's only 20, so he's got time to improve. And I haven't scouted him at all. I should probably do that before I confirm this. We'll see how that goes. But you might have seen in the top, the exciting thing, top of the league, played 6, won 5, lost 1. And the difference is that the goalkeeper's making saves, which helps. If you don't concede goals, you can't lose games. The only game I lost, annoyingly, was to Preston 4-1, and that was because Preston took the lead, and then Phil Jeffrey got 2 yellow cards in a minute and got sent off, so I was playing a man down, and it didn't go very well from there. Just realised Preston's got Owen Watkins, who I was trying to sign but couldn't, so I'm gutted. So there we go, things looking up, things looking well. I've re-signed Shaw on a new contract, I've re-signed Ahmed on a new contract, so everything is looking good. Okay, so I would say I'm a pretty good, maybe good Football Manager player. I'm not great, I'm not very good, I don't claim to be. Yes, I'm 16 points clear at the top of the Championship, that is great. But there are things that differentiate a good player to a very good player. I'm going to cover a couple of those now. One of them is here, seeing the average rating, we've got Francisco, and then we've got 2 North Ferriby players, Walker and Shaw. And Shaw's been playing very well. Walker, if we click on Walker plays for West Brom. And why does he play for West Brom? Because I sold him for 4 million. He's my best defender. Why did I sell my best defender? Because I'm an idiot and didn't realise he had a £4 million release clause. And he was requesting a new contract and I couldn't really afford it. I could have adjusted the budget and maybe tried to pull some money and paid for him and keep him, which would have been great. But I didn't, and I ended up losing him, and then I had to scramble. So in the transfer market, if I bring my tactics screen back up, I brought Jeffrey in to play at the left-sided centre-back from right-back because he's two-footed. Jordan's very right-footed, so I'm keeping him on the right. Jordan can play the left side of centre-back, and then Griffiths has come in to play at right-back. And the other thing is I brought Jacqueline in to be my 4th choice striker, and, well, obviously he's now my 2nd choice striker. 17 goals in 30 games, 4 assists, 4 player of the matches. He scored 3 and 3 on his debut, so, yeah, that's what's happening at the moment. Everything's going really well. And I've got a few problems with injuries, but apart from that, everything is fine. And 1 game later, I have qualified for a playoff space, but to be honest, if at this point now I don't qualify automatically, being, 17 points ahead with 10 games left, I will absolutely gutted. Another thing as well, Jacqueline scored another goal. He's in the top 3 goal scorers, also in the top 3 man of the matches. And Forshaw, who's been a good signing. I know you can't really put much stock in this, but it's said that he's a decent player for League 2, and he's unlikely to improve, but he's been really good for me. He's better than any keeper I've had throughout this entire save game. So it looks like I suck at math. I didn't think I could win the league on this game, and yet here we are. And I was lucky because they had a penalty and injury time. I won 2-1. Had a penalty and injury time. What happened? I thought I was miles away from the end of the season. Well, there you go. I'm 16 points ahead, and there's 15 points left on the table for Fulham. So, yeah, wrapped up the league. Nice. Got a transfer budget of 27 million. Well, I hope that they're taking the Premier League money into account, because I've only got 4 million in the bank at the moment. But yeah, so we've won the title. Fans are ecstatic. We're 450 to 1 pre-season. They still have us as I'm up to 21st, but I was 23rd all season. Also, I'll play through the end of the season and see what happens. Okay, coming back from the last game of the season, not only because it's the last game I'm going to manage in this save, and the last game is North Ferriby probably forever, and probably my last game of Football Manager 2024, but also we can make a mark on the Championship. So the most points in the season is 106 from Reading, which is a 30-year-old record. Most league wins in the season is nearly a 100-year-old record, over a 100-year-old record for Tottenham, who got 32. I can only get one of those, sadly. So if we look at the Championship, I am on 102 points. If I win, I can get 105 points, which is a point short. But I will break the record for most wins in a Championship season if I can win. And I'm annoyed because I lost against Blackburn and Fulham, and they're the 2 games it took me. I mean, Fulham's second, so I mean that's fine. I was away at Fulham and I was away at Blackburn, but Blackburn were down in 5th. I should have done better against them to try and get that record points haul, but it's not going to happen. So let's go to the game. And it is a full strength team going into this game. Miles has a knock. He can only play 75 minutes, so we'll keep an eye on him. 10 minutes in, there hasn't been a shot on target yet, which has been pretty standard for quite a few of the games. I'm only on 37% percentage. I have had, majority of possession in the second half of the season, so it's weird to see me behind like this, but Here we go. Well, us behind, not me, us, as we win the ball back in defence. We've got that fast break that we have with Jacqueline's going to feed it over the top to Shaw, a bit too far. Jacqueline needs to score 6, and whoever is top of the goal scoring charts needs to not score if we want to, if he wants to become the top goal scorer for the season. So I don't think that's going to happen. Ahmed absolutely smashes one from miles out, 30 yard in off the post. Beautiful. So Jordan brings it down into Miles, who just feeds it through to Shaw. To Ahmed, who has got a lot of space. He's not very big, but he's got a good shot on him, and he hits it right in the corner. Keeper had no chance, really. Probably saw it late as well. 1-0. The record number of wins is on. Although they have got a corner straight away the very next minute. Cleared by Jordan to Parsons, who's going to break. This has been what we've done all season, is this high tempo, fast breaking, high pressing, and it's worked. 24 minutes and it's 2-0. I missed it completely. Sustak going down the outside. Going to cross into far post. Shaw is not very big, but he does get a lot of headers at the back post, so that's good for him. So Shaw up there with the header. Looks like there's a narrow offside, was it? No, it was miles on. Good solid header. He's got a lot of those. 2-0. Swansea coming forward. We're going to win it back again. We are taking the ball off them in our defensive third a lot. They're not getting. They've only had 1 shot on target. They've only had 3 shots as Miles brings the ball up on his own inside to Jackson. He's not going to shoot because he's not good enough. Parsons looked offside. Is offside. Never mind. I do have a big problem with offside. A lot of the goals are offside. I also had to Google to see if I could find out. When you take a corner, sometimes they'll take a corner and then it'll go to a player and then they'll pass it back to the corner taker who didn't get himself back onside. And that is happening a lot. And it is really annoying. And if you look on Reddit and places like that, you'll see that it's just something you can't do anything about. As we've got a corner from the left, now a corner from the right. Another in-swinger from Sustak. Swing it in, looking for Jordan. No, it goes back out. Oh, that's the end of that. Anwar, who has all the time in the world, looking for that top corner for sure, keeping his clean sheet. If he gets a clean sheet, he goes joint top clean sheets, assuming the other goalkeeper concedes a goal. I can't remember who they play for, so I can't have a look at the results to see if they have conceded, but it's been a very good goal. He's finally been a goalkeeper I can trust. It's the first one I've had in, the 10, 11 years of my time managing North Ferriby. Parsons for the free kick. He's going to look for that top corner. He's going to look at that top left corner normally. He's gone top left. Mustafa read it. Half time 2-0. I'm going to say we're doing well getting shots away and just get to that second half because they're all fine. They're all happy. Miles is looking a bit tired, so I'll probably have to take him off. But we'll leave it for a little bit. Miles is playing quite well. Not as well as a lot of the players around him, but he's playing well, so I'm just going to leave him on for a bit. It's the last game of the season, so it's not as if he need to worry about him not being available for the next game. Short wins the ball high up the pitch. Parsons to Jackson, who's going to shoot left-footed. He's not there for his shooting. He's there for his muscular strength play. Sustak with it in-swinger. Out to Miles, brings it back inside to Miles on the volley. It was Miles off. I'm now going to take Miles off. I'm going to bring in Hamdi, who is nowhere near as good, but he's young and he would have a long career ahead of him if I was continuing to play the save. But he is now. I'm going to bring him on because he's been angry that has not been playing enough for a long time. He's happy now, so I'm going to give him some of that playing time because I'm not wanting to play him because he's just been miserable and moping around. So. Yeah, we'll give him some minutes in the last game of the season. Parsons wins the ball high up the pitch. Jacqueline takes it off him. Rounds the defender just about. And it all goes a bit wrong. So, didn't get a shot off. Parsons has stayed down. Is he okay? Looks okay. Yeah, that's fine. Good. Anyway, Shaw through to Jacqueline. Across to Parsons. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That is not good enough. I think he's only 20, bless him, but... He's the second top goal scorer in the team to Jacqueline, so he's doing well. A lot of the players on the team are actually quite young. They're 25 and under, so they would be able to move through to the next season if I was playing one. I thought I was giving away a penalty again. Then we hacked somebody down in the area. More fans away to Bannon. Oh, and Bannon scored. It's onside. It's his third goal of the season. Forshaw doesn't get the clean sheet. He's not going to get the Golden Glove for the Championship. But never mind. He's had a really good season. That was only his second shot on target. He's conceded it. That's fine. That was poor defending. We'll just let them walk straight through us. More importantly, we are still winning to get that 33rd win of the season and break that record that's been stood for over 100 years. As Shaw drives into the area to Ahmed. Nice little tapping from the edge of the 6-yard box. 3-1. Everything's looking good. There's 22 minutes left. Jacqueline through to Shaw. He crosses it on his weaker foot to Ahmed. Yeah, it's a pretty standard goal, that. Just very direct, very central. Let's look at making some changes. Everybody's playing well. Amdy's just come on. I don't really want to change defenders. We'll change Jackson. Jackson does have a disciplinary problem, so I'll swap him for Gomez. He's tired and on a yellow, so let's not keep him on for that. We'll just make that one change for now. We'll think about bringing Shaw off at some point, but he is having a very good game, so we'll just keep him on for now as Hamdi has the ball. Back to Jeffrey. Jeffrey's played really well. I say he's played really well since moving him from right back to left-sided centre back. He has been sent off twice, both times for 2 yellow cards. But he's played well otherwise. Okay, 3-1 up, 10 minutes left. Let's look at just taking the tired legs off. Maybe the ones up front. We'll swap Jacqueline for Aloisio, who has not had a very good season. He's barely scored. I don't think he scored in the last 11 games he's played. He's only playing 10-20 minutes a game, to be fair, but it's still not good enough. I'll swap Kinsella for Ahmed, Shaw for Davis. Get that front lot fresh, and that's my 5 subs, so we'll just continue there. And let's just, when I can, I'm just going to praise the team, because I think I read or heard somewhere that this shout button is not going to be in FM24, so this might be the last time I ever shout in Football Manager. As the ball goes out wide to Jacqueline, who's going to put in the cross. It's going to be cleared easily to Gomez. Back to Jordan, to Griffith. Out to Shaw, who's going to shoot from way too far out, and that's not good enough. Let's shout and let's praise the entire team. I think that is going to be the last time I ever use that button, if I'm right. That's a shame. I like that button. It gives you a chance to just up the feeling of the team and get all those sad faces into nice, happy, smiling ones, and makes you feel better. Especially when you berate a team. If you berate a team and they go all happy, you know that you've done the right thing. You've motivated them in the right way. It means they know they're not playing very well. But we're not going to get to do that anymore, I think, which is a shame. But there is 5 minutes left. It's 3-1, and the record number of wins is on. I'm only 1 point away from equaling the most points as well. Absolutely gutted. If I turn a loss to a draw or a draw to a win, I would have broken that record, but it's not to be. As Hamdi, Kinsella in a lot of space. Sustak has a lot to use his pace down that left-hand side, but he's decided to just slow it down a bit. Out to Kinsella, who's going to cross for Davis. Looked offside, but it's gone to Parsons, who's put it in for his 20th goal of the season. I believe he is 20 years old, maybe? He's 20 years old, yeah, so he's 21 next week. Brought him in, I remember paying quite a bit for him because he looked good. He played 60, only scored 1. Then I sent him out on loan, and he did okay there, and then he came in this season. There's just been 29 goal contributions in 40 games. Decent average rating as well, so he's really come into his own this year, which is good. The fact that he can play a winger as well, if I needed to, if I keep thinking I'm going to play next season, I'm not playing next season. If I needed to change the formation in the Premier League, if I needed to play a wide player, then I've got a few who can come in to do that, so that would be good. But no, he's been good all season. And that's it. We have confirmed we have the most wins ever in the Championship. I'm going to say they played... you've blown them away, yeah, why not? And there it is, the record high number of wins for North Ferriby. North Ferriby's total 33 matches won this season and a new Sky Bet Championship record. Nice. So I've just done my team talk, and everyone is really unhappy that I said that I thought we wouldn't get dragged into a relegation battle, and everybody was like really hurt. And then I said, okay, well, I think we can avoid getting relegated, and everybody's upset. And I'm like, well, I'm being positive. I'm trying to be positive, trying to have a positive attitude. Okay, here we are for the final end of season review. Forshaw getting signing of the season, of course, 18,000 from Livingston. Done a great job. Got plenty of clean sheets in his 46 games. Played every league game, I think, which is great. Sustak for 200,000, brought in to be a backup left back. Ended up being my first choice left back. Got a goal. I'm sure I signed him last season because he was my backup last season. Anyway, we got a goal and 11 assists. Jacqueline, who I brought in to be the fourth choice striker, ended up being the first choice striker and being my top goal scorer for the season with 22. That's all good, and everyone else did just fine. Also, we sold Kane Walker for 4 million and he played once for West Brom for half a season, which seems like a waste. Season results, of course, won the Championship easily. We had this run at the beginning where we won a lot and only drew one game, and then there's a bit here where we just won every game, keeping loads of clean sheets along the way. And then just these two slip-ups here against where I played three of the top teams, three of the teams that qualified for either automatically or for the playoffs, and I lost two of them. I just lost one of them, or maybe drew a couple instead. I might have got that record points tally, but it wasn't to be. In the FA Cup, played a rotated team, lost to Queen's Park Rangers. In the Carabao Cup, played a rotated team. Unfortunately, lost to Swindon Town of League Two, which is a bit embarrassing. But I don't care about the Carabao Cup. I wanted to win I wanted to get promoted. Biggest win, 4-0 against Charlton. Match to remember, 4-1 against Wigan. Another match to remember, I don't remember. And goal of the season was Jacqueline against Leyton Orient. I think I remember this one. Here it is, Shaw to Jacqueline. I think that was his first ever goal. I just brought him on, and that's how he became my starting striker. Finances looking a bit in the red. Parsons topping the shirt sales. And this is how I lined up with Miles as the ball-winning midfielder and Jackson as the deep line playmaker. They should be the other way around. Moosdale as well did not start many games. Even when Walker was in, I was playing Jeffrey at right back because Moosdale was terrible and he made a lot of mistakes. So awards, Sustak, my left back, got Fans Player of the Season. He also got the Young Player of the Season. He was 24. It feels a bit old for a young player. Signing of the season went to my goalkeeper, Forshaw. Goal of the season went to Jacqueline, as we've just seen. Jacqueline also got the top goal scorer. Shaw got most assists, most man of the match awards. Sustak got the highest average rating, which I guess explains why he got the Fans Player of the season. And also Ben Jordan, most passes completed. Well done, Jordan, for passing. Well, that's what he was there to do. He's a centre back. He was there to tackle. So, most clean sheets in the season goes to Forshaw. Worst discipline goes to Jackson. No red cards, but constantly getting a yellow every other game. Was suspended a lot. He was out for 3 or 4 games towards the end as well. But one of the reasons I lost some of those games at the end was because he wasn't there to win the ball in midfield for me. And the highest transfer received, Kane Walker, which, as embarrassingly mentioned earlier, I didn't realise he had a release clause, and so, I lost him. But it's fine, it all worked out well. I got 3 Manager of the Months as well, which is funny looking through the trophies that I won, because I didn't actually win much. I was runner-up in League 1, runner-up in League 2, I was runner-up in the Vanarama National, I was 3rd in the Vanarama National North. I did win the Northern Premier League Division 1 East, and that is it. So I only won the league. I won the first league I was in, the Northern Premier League Division 1 East, and I won the last league I was in, the Championship. Never actually won anything in between. I was always runner-up. Okay, let's look back at the league positions and how things went. So this is the first season. This is the season I took over. I took over in January 2024 when they were near the bottom. The reason I took the North Ferriby job is they had a bit of money and they were predicted to finish near the top of the league. So I thought they must have had a pretty decent squad. They just needed some extra bits and bobs. So I signed a couple of decent players in the January transfer window, and that was enough to lift me up to mid-table. So that was all good. Then the next season, we brought home the titles, the only other title I won except for the Championship, as I mentioned earlier, so did okay there. Then the very next season, I won the Northern Premier League Premier Division, which didn't come up in the thing, so I did actually win another league. I won this it was a close one there, only by 2 points, but, a win is a win. I then narrowly avoided relegation in the Vanarama National League North, and at this point I took a break from the save because I was quite annoyed that I had this really good team and I was predicted to finish near the top and just couldn't win, just kept losing and losing and losing. I got a bit fed up, so I took a couple of months off from this save. Then came back, signed a few decent players, finished 6th, got into the playoffs and didn't get promoted obviously. Then the season afterwards I did actually get promoted through the playoffs. I only finished 2 points off the top, which is quite annoying, and I scored the most goals as well, which is really frustrating, and joint top goal difference, but I got promoted and that's all that matters. Then the very next season I finished 2nd in the Vanarama National League, 2 points above finishing 3rd and 10 points behind the winners Swindon, and I got promoted through the playoffs. Then in League 2 I finished 2nd, 9 points behind Tranmere and got promoted automatically. Then in League 1 I finished 2nd, 11 points behind Birmingham and got promoted automatically. Then, as we know, in the Championship, these are the ones where I've put them on YouTube. I finished a point off the playoffs in the first season. Second season, I finished higher up in the league, but I finished 7 points behind the playoffs, so I was miles behind there. And then finally, this season, I won by quite some way. So there we go, that draws to a close my time with North Ferriby. I did get them to the Premier League in the end. Played 641 games, won 333, drawn 137, lost 171, scored 1,312, conceded 872, so a goal difference of plus 444, win percentage 51%. Just the 3 trophies, but that's fine. I'll take that, and taking a team from the regional divisions up to the Premier League is no easy feat. I really enjoyed it. Remember to like, share and subscribe if you like this video. I might do one for Football Manager 2025, I don't know. I try not to play it too much because I can get addicted to Football Manager, so I tend to stay away, which is why I sign up to Game Pass, so I can only play it for a month. Then I let Game Pass expire, then I don't touch it again. I'm very good at doing that, but if I bought the game, I would play it a lot. But yeah, I really enjoyed making this video and my time in North Ferriby. I wish I could continue, but I need to be sensible and get other stuff in my life done. So yeah, like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.